Hi, it's Bev again. Just a quick video, I hope, on the organs in your body that are connected to your metabolism. First of all, your body is truly a beautifully integrated system, and especially in terms of weight control. Okay, so these four organs are kind of connected in that sense. Your thyroid controls your metabolism, and your metabolism is really your calorie burning ability, right? So your thyroid controls your calorie burning ability. And your pancreas is very involved in influencing your enzymes. And enzymes are catalysts that make things happen faster, right? So there's two different types of enzymes: fat releasing, or fat burning if you want to call it, and fat storing enzymes, right? You need them both, but depending on what your goals are, you may want to stress one more than the other. Okay, your liver is really your hardest working organ in your body, I have to say. It is in charge of so many things, it has so many responsibilities. But in terms of what we're talking about, it metabolizes your food, it regulates your hormonal balance, it produces bile, and you need bile to emulsify fat. And not protein or carbs, okay? So it deals with any acidic, toxic waste, any kinds of products like that from the food that you eat. And you know, when you eat acidic foods, you throw off your blood chemistry. Okay, you've heard of pH. I have a video on that as well. And the last one is your gallbladder. So your liver makes the bile, but your gallbladder will store it and will use it for the digestion of food. And in particular, it's the one that's going to absorb fats. And what it does is it uses the fat burning enzyme called lipase. So you've got all of this going on in your body, pretty complex. But I want to say, if you have poor eating habits, your liver has to divert a whack of its energy to other responsibilities. Okay? So if you're drinking a lot of liquor, if you're eating shitty food, if you've got a lot of toxic waste going on and a lot of omega-6 acidity kicking around in your bloodstream, well, your liver has to deal with it. And eventually, if you do it long enough, you're going to get what's called a fatty liver. You're going to get a muffin roll around the waist. As I said, it'll continue to deal with protein and carbs, but it's going to have a problem with fat. And so it's not going to be processing a lot of fat, it's going to be storing a lot of fat. Now, let me give you an example. Do you ever eat liver, duck liver pate? Oh, it's really good, right? But you know what they do to the ducks? I'm sorry to have to tell you this. They staple their feet to the floor, and then they force feed them a lot of fatty foods. And guess what happens? They get a fatty liver, and that's how you get pate, delicious tasting pate, right? Well, your feet are not stapled to the floor. You can run away, and I suggest you do. Okay, what's another? If you eat a lot of fatty foods, you're going to have a problem potentially on with this organ, because when your bile gets too thick, you get gallstones. Okay, I don't know if any of you have had gallstones. You can also get obese, and you can become pre-diabetic. So there's lots of issues with a fatty liver. Now, granted, some people unfortunately have had an operation and they don't have a gallbladder. So what happens? Well, they have to be really careful about how much fatty food that they eat, because they can't really process it very well, right? So they can't digest it. So, but I don't really feel sorry for them. I'm sorry they had to have an operation, but I don't feel sorry that they can't eat fatty food. We're not supposed to be eating fatty food either, even though we have a gallbladder. So you have to avoid gravies, pizza, high-fat dairy like butter, creamy soups, high-fat, well, let's take French fries, potato chips, all those kinds of fatty foods, and there's lots of them. You have to avoid that if you don't want any of these issues going on. So to help your metabolism and to help these four organs work together collaborate together in an efficient, healthy way, then don't eat fatty foods. Don't eat acidic foods, like processed foods and sugar and liquor and lots of omega-6 oils. You can Google lots of examples. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about how great the body is. See you in the next video.